Popeye is one of the greatest cartoons of all time. Not just because how funny it is, but because Popeye is arguably one of the strongest fictional characters of all time. He can go faster than the speed of light without even breaking a sweat. He can punch people so hard and precise that they go around the earth in 6 seconds, laying right where he's at. He can punch objects into smaller objects, an anchor into hooks, a big fish into smaller fish, and some Native Americans into let's not even talk about that. I think Popeye is one of the most fascinating characters I've ever seen, and I personally think he is the funniest River Host cartoon out of Popeye. Firstly, I would like to give credit though to LZ Chrysler Seeger. He was the inventor of Popeye, invented it in 1928. And the show was inspired by a real-life sailor named Frank Rocky Fiegel, who was honestly like Popeye, but he didn't go faster than the speed of light. Let's talk about how Popeye can go faster than the speed of light. One of his great feats of strength is him hitting a high striker, and the ball goes off of a board and goes flying towards the sun, giving it a black eye. And it does this in about 1 second, which is about 500 times the speed of light. And since the ball is going 500 times the speed of light, Popeye had to have hit it at least 500 times the speed of light to get it to go there that quick. But I genuinely think Popeye's best feat of strength is him eating his greens. When Popeye eats his greens, he gets insanely strong. Spinach in Popeye is so strong that he can get completely disintegrated, have his nothingness eat spinach, and it's come back to life. Kind of ridiculous, but that just shows to demonstrate that spinach is powerful. And Popeye is so strong with spinach that he can survive having the universe being turned off by God. And the reason he survives is because, quote, I eat me spinach. Personally, the nutrition content of spinach were the biggest interest, in my opinion, because there's one scene where a can of spinach grows through a star and keeps going. For this example, though, we're just going to assume that the can of spinach is the same diameter as the can, but goes to the star. Many other facts at play: the fact that a star is just like it's a cartoon star, and the fact that it's not. We're gonna assume that it's the same height as a star, but not as big. So we'll just have to take that into consideration. But it's a cartoon, so let's let you go understand that. Okay, we should probably do some actual calculations now. So there is 91 calories per can of spinach, and there's 6,360 inches per mile. One can is 4 inches tall. There's 15,840 cans per mile, and if you do all that math, we have 1,441,440 calories per spinach mile, and we are calculating to the closest star, which is 23,510 miles away. So to calculate the amount of calories in this one can of spinach is 3.3 with 19 zeros at the end. I don't know how to actually say it. I'm too lazy to look it up right now. That's a lot. If we were to compare that amount of energy that was in that nuclear blast, like to Hiroshima's, it would be 420,589 nuclear blasts. Now, this method obviously has some discrepancies. If we were to do it really realistic, it'd be half the width of the star, which would be a whole another component we could add. Plus, considering the fact that there's leaves on the stalk, and also considering the fact that if we're just using these cans, for example, there's going to be space in between that, each can. So there's obviously a lot of discrepancies, but still, that is a lot of energy just in those cans. A lot of energy. Thank you.